hello my beautiful dancers. I am here today in my best princess dress to have a little story time with you. I hope you girls are all dressed up too in your favorite prince or princess costumes for my boys, Mr. Nico. And I hope that you guys are ready for a little story time. Today I'm going to read one of my favorite princesses, not Moana, my second favorite princess, Princess Aurora. And we are going to read a story called Buttercup the Brave. You see the pictures? So here we go. Which horse would you like to ride today? A stable groom asked Princess Aurora one morning. Aurora looked around the stable. There were so many horses. It was hard to choose. But then a fine Palomino caught Aurora's eye. He was the most beautiful creature she had ever seen. There he is right there. He's brown with light brown hair. Aurora rode the former war horse around the palace courtyard. The horse marched as confidently as if it were the king himself. Suddenly, the princess had an idea. From now on, I think I like to ride the same horse every day, she said. What a wonderful idea, Prince Philip agreed. You should have a horse of your own, too. What's this horse's name? Aurora asked. We'll call him Brutus, your highness, the groom replied. Oh no, Aurora exclaimed. That won't do at all. I think I'll call him Buttercup. Philip and the groom looked surprised. Are you sure? The prince asked. Aurora smiled. Do you like your new name, Buttercup? And the horse snorted happily. That's what horses do. Aurora rode Buttercup around the castle grounds. When the pages blew their trumpets as they rode by, he didn't flinch. When a carriage rumbled past, he stood attention. When Aurora asked him to jump over a stone wall, he cleared it effortlessly. So Buttercup is a very good horse, sounds like. The next day, Aurora decided to ride Buttercup out to the Perry's cottage. Why don't you let me saddle up Samsung and I'll come along with you, Philip suggested, looking worried. Don't be silly, Aurora said with a laugh. I grew up in these woods, remember? Besides, I'll be with Buttercup, and he'll take care of me. Aurora and Buttercup pranced off, but the moment they entered the woods, Buttercup became a different horse. He began to walk slowly and look around nervously. When some of Aurora's woodland friends appeared, Buttercup tried to run away. I wonder what's wrong with Buttercup. What's the matter, Buttercup? Aurora asked. Why, there's nothing to be frightened of. She couldn't hardly believe that this change in her horse. He was even afraid to step over a branch. When she asked him to walk through a forest stream, he nearly fainted. By the time she reached the cottage, Aurora was feeling a bit frustrated. How could a horse who was so brave at the palace be so timid in the woods? Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather hurried out of their cottage. Oh, what a beautiful pony, Merryweather explained. Aurora sighed. He is beautiful, but he seems to be afraid of everything in the woods. Oh, I'm sure he'll be all right, Flora said. You'll just need to be patient with him. That is all. You know those fairies, Princess Aurora's fairies. Yes, dear, be patient, Merryweather agreed, but she sounded distracted. She moved closer to the horse. Oh, what a nice coat he has. And such shiny hooves, Fauna added. Though he might look even nicer if the hooves were another color, Merryweather mused. Zapped! She aimed the one, and just like that, Buttercup's hooves turned blue. Oh, here they go again. Oh, don't be silly, Flora exclaimed. Of course shouldn't have blue hooves. On the other hand, he might look pretty in pink. Zap! Buttercup's hooves returned to their normal color, but the rest of him turned pink. Quit that, Merryweather cried. Blue! No, you quit. Pink, Flora argued back. Zap, zap, zap. As the two friends argued, the horses changed from one color to the next. Look at that. He's blue with pink hair at the bottom. Silly. Aurora watched her new horse change color. That didn't seem to bother him at all. But when a stray leaf fluttered down, he jumped and snorted as if he was getting eaten by a horse dragon. What was she going to do? She didn't want to give up on him. Buttercup was so perfect in every other way. Soon it was time to say goodbye to the fairies. Aurora did her best to ignore the way Buttercup hesitated at every shadow on the way home. She had been certain that Buttercup was the perfect horse for her. Now she wasn't so sure. Suddenly, Buttercup stopped abruptly. "What time is it?" "What is it this time?" Aurora asked with a sigh. Then she looked at the trail ahead and gasped in horror. An enormous mountain lion was blocking their path. Aurora's heart pounded as she watched the creature creep closer. If Buttercup could be scared by a bunny rabbit, he was certain to go crazy over a mountain lion. They were in big trouble. To Aurora's surprise, Buttercup didn't panic or try to run. Instead, he stood proudly and puffed himself up to look even bigger than he was. He planted his hooves and snorted angrily at the mountain lion. Then he marched forward and struck at the lion with his front hooves. Aurora hung on. She was scared, but it seemed that Buttercup wasn't. Buttercup's lack of fear made Aurora feel braver. She reached out and grabbed a sturdy branch tree. "You leave us alone," she yelled at that mountain lion, waving the branch, "or else." Buttercup pawed at the ground and added a fierce snort to back up Aurora's words. When the mountain lion didn't budge, Buttercup leaped forward and pinned his tail to the ground with one hoof. Then Aurora reached out and gave the lion a slap on his nose with her branch. The lion let out an embarrassing yowl. Then it yanked his tail free and raced away. Aurora was pleased with herself and with her horse Buttercup. Buttercup had been brave when it really counted. "Come on, Buttercup," she said, giving him a pat. "Let's go home." Buttercup snorted again and proudly pranced off. As Aurora and Buttercup neared the castle, a butterfly fluttered past. Buttercup's eyes were wide and he jumped in terror. Aurora stroked Buttercup's neck and talked to him in a soft voice, reminding him to stay calm. The butterfly fluttered closer and closer and finally landed right on the nose, which was only trembling a little. "Good boy," she praised Buttercup. "You know, Buttercup, I think we make a perfect team." The end. So that was a quick story from Miss Jenn. Let's see. What should we read next week? We've got Cinderella. Well, we've got a lot, but let's pick between Cinderella and Princess and the Frog. Which one would you like to read next week? Make sure you tell me Monday in class, and I'll have a story time ready for you to go for next week.